my divine, infinite human beings. You're all that is, ever has been, and ever, ever shall be. And this is my farewell to America. So I'm just driving in my neighborhood, Middletown, Kentucky. And it has changed so very much since I grew up here as a young girl over 50, 60 years ago, all right? So if you look, it's all strip stores, concrete, Kroger supermarkets, and these are really, they look like storefronts, but what they really are just warehouses where the trucks pull up, bring in the food, and the people pull up into their parking lots and load the food up into their cars and then bring the processed food to their suburban homes where they've cleared completely the real estate away. Nature away, and erected these little suburban, prop-up paper houses that look really nice on the front, and you walk in, they're all heated and beautiful, but they're not made of any kind of eco materials. And so this is America. This is America now. The good news is the timelines are shifting. This was all created as part of a very dark agenda to transhumanize and to create, it's been part of the bad copy, which is a bad copy of the true prime field of source, which is the true divine holographic, and that's the divine technology. So what we have been living in is an artificial time loop. And if you can look around, that's, I don't know, Freddy's something, Arby's. It's not real food. And anyone that has tasted real food outside of America and comes back, all you have to do is just eat it, and it tastes like crap. Look around and see people with high blood pressure, diabetes. That's, fat people. That's the result of living in and then eating, breathing, living in an artificial environment. It is not conducive to healing, to organic life forms, to our development of our divine technology. I write all about that, and I look around and I see it's horrible. Yet now the timelines, the Chronos apparatus, okay, the Chronos is known as the god of time, but it's really actually in the Orion belt, a mechanism, an incredible mechanism that has been hacking into our holographic reality, our divine holographic reality, keeping us imprisoned not only in lower frequencies, but in the lower frequencies of a false timelines, artificial time loops that have kept us looping over. And what that has done, dear ones, has kept many of us, and many of us who are awakening now and who have been awake for many lifetimes have noticed, I know just in my lifetime, I've seen things going really, really bad. I remember I came back from Italy to Louisville, and they had built this huge Hard Rock Cafe, and I felt like I was in the movie Back to the Future, this alternate future when, Michael Fox wakes up and Bip, is his father, and, it's just everything's gone totally awry, and it has been doing that. It has been going really, really badly awry, which is why we have, we live on a planet that again, just talking movies, but I liken it to Avatar, when the sky people came and totally destroyed the Na'vi races. We live in a planet that has been conquered and conquested, and there's been a war on organic life, and this has been repeating itself over and over. The fall of Atlantis has been occurring over 250 million years, over and over and over again. But that time loop has now been stopped, okay? That's what I'm talking about, to bring it down to real life. And yes, it sounds like in a distant planet far, far away, but it has been projecting these artificial, and we're talking about fallen angelics who have who have artificial, not divine technology, that can move planets, that can beam frequencies, that can create time loops from Orion Belt down through the Orion system, into our rings of Saturn, to our moon, and encasing, encapsulating, and imprisoning our planet in these timelines that keep us in this loop that always occurs when we fall, and then the artificial timelines start again, and we just get to a point where we're about to ascend, to return to our divine state of divine technology, of our Christed beings, our 12 strands of DNA, to a world that functions under the law of one, much like the Navi, who respect and love and cherish and work with all of God's creations and the forests or oceans or areas they live in. And just when we get to return to that, something comes in that causes us to loop back into the old mode, of fear, but also of being parasited off, of living, with greed as our God, and America is a prime example of that. And I was just talking before, I actually talked to my financial advisor. We were talking about a very simple thing. We live in Anchorage, and Papa John, who started the pizza chain, lives down the road, and he's, a billionaire. And my stockbroker was saying everyone hates him because he's rich. I said, no, everyone doesn't hate him because he's rich. Everyone hates him because he creates a horrible product. I mean, he's made millions of dollars off of creating crappy artificial pizza. And believe me, I know. I live in Italy. I know what a real pizza should taste like. And the people that I go to pizza start making their wood-burning fires at 7 o'clock. You can't go earlier. And when their fires are heated up, they create this incredible, perfect pizza. So that's what's happened. We've let greed, buy low, sell high. We've let people, these parasitic, satanic entities that have changed the morals, changed our ethics, and we have begin to make money by creating crap. And now we live in a world where everyone has a lot of money, but all you can buy with it is crap. So now the starseeds are going to infiltrate these companies, and they're going to bring them back to the true timelines, all right? The true primal, organic, divine timelines, which is returning us, which means we will have technology for a while, but we need to infiltrate and create. I just saw something that terrified me. It's a new web something, AI chat or something, where you just talk to it and then they tell you. You don't Google things, you don't research them anymore. It's all in this made up net of what, they're going to tell you everything about everything. If you want to know, tell me about, and I asked about David Icke, and they said a controversial conspiracy theorist whose perspectives should be taken, not believed or something. So that's where the web's going. So we have to enter the web. I think we have to go into it and alchemize it, and we have to make sure that truth can still be told. And I've heard talk of a dark web or some other alternatives starting. We have to begin to use that. We have to create agrarian communities. We have to create economies that I write about in the last chapter of my book, The Infinite Human. But it's our time, and now this Chronos, this AI has controlled the money system, the black magic Babylonian money system, to repel success and money from starseeds. So that has been dismantled, which means we can now become wealthy. We can start using the money, but using the money to bring it back to prime source, to create wonderful healing, truly nurturing foods and therapies and modalities, and we can become the rainbow warriors, to restructure the planet, to acclimate the soil, to restore the soil. We need to start all kinds of businesses that bring in money and then we make money from, but that do good for the planet. And we know what that is now. And now I think much of the technology that was coming in was weaponized, but we will begin to see and start developing as starseeds really start to use the real Tesla, the fake one, and move that into the true alignment with divine infinite source, which can create technologies that heal or that help to restore our earth as a stepping stone to divine technologies. So that's my story.